Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, Text 1. Shri Narada Vacha,
Shri Narada Vacha,
Shri Narada Vacha,
Shri Narada Vacha,
Evam Suradhyah Sarve, Evam Suradhyah Sarve,
Evam Suradaya Sarve,
Brahma Rudra Purassaraha,
Brahma Rudra Purassaraha,
Brahma Rudra Purassaraha,
Brahma Rudra Purassaraha,
No Paitum Asakan Manyuhu, No Paitum Asakan Manyu, Sambrambam Sudhara Sadham, Sambrambam Sudhara Sadham. The great sage Narada Muni continues, the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva and other great demigods, dare not come in forward before the Lord, who at the time was extremely angry. From here, this particular verse we can understand. Normally, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a personification of love, Prema Swarup. Very rarely he gets angry when his devotees are troubled by somebody. Otherwise, even somebody blasphemes him also, he doesn't get angry. We can see Sisupala, he was blaspheming the Lord. And you can see the description in Bhagavatam, when he was blaspheming, Lord's face, you can, they described, Evam Prasanna Manaso. He was very peaceful, not at all affected. Because he is Purna Purushottam. He is not expecting anything from outside. For us, if somebody glorifies us, we will be, somebody blasphemes. For him, everything is within. He doesn't need any external thing. Only somebody glorifies, he will be happy. Sometimes devotees also, they ask question. When he is Purnam, why we should glorify him, why we should serve him? We are serving to get satisfied for ourselves, not to satisfy Krishna. Because that is our constitutional position, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. By serving him only we will be satisfied. That is the reason we have to serve. For our satisfaction, for our happiness. Not for his happiness. Of course, Prabhupada, in one situation, somebody, they will ask Prabhupada, Prabhupada, everything belongs to Krishna, why we should offer something to him? Then Prabhupada says, in the house, everything belongs to Papa, father. And the son is very small and he is eating some biscuit or something. While eating, he will just offer to his father, Papa thoda le lo. Then that father, is so happy and he tells everybody, no, see, my son is offering me, my son is offering me. So like that, even though that biscuit is given by father, who is the owner of the biscuit? Father is the owner of the biscuit. He gave it to the child and child is offering and he is very happy. So in the same way, when we offer like a child to the Lord, he is happy. He is happy. So We have to be very, very careful when we are living among the devotees, in the community of the devotees. Because we have come to devotional service. We have changed the externals. Internal consciousness is same. Place is changing, that's all. Earlier we were staying outside, now we are in the temple. Consciousness is same. So because of the consciousness, we envy others. Yesterday also, I was mentioning that when we can appreciate other devotee, that quality slowly increases and finally we can appreciate Krishna. We are simply saying Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, that this and all, because Maya Devi has beaten us black and blue. So we couldn't tolerate that and we have come here, oh, some solace. And there is no complete conviction that, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Theoretically, okay. In reality, the complete surrender is not there. It will come by sadhana, practice, slowly. After becoming a devotee also, if something happens good for us, then we appreciate the Lord. If something happens bad to us, then we will blame the Lord. See, He is not so merciful. Lord is not so merciful. Once in a boat, some people were traveling in a boat. And among them there was one devotee also. And all of a sudden, the boatman said, this boat, some problem is there, it may sink anytime. And water was coming inside the boat. And the devotee, what he was doing is, he was taking the water from the river and putting it in the boat. Everybody was shocked. What this guy is doing? Already water is coming inside the boat and it is drowning, and this guy is pouring the water inside the boat, taking the water from the river. And after some time, the boatman said, no problem. Now problem is solved. We are not going to sink. Then this devotee, he started taking the water from the boat and pouring outside. And everybody was shocked. What is happening, Baba? This guy? And they asked him, Arey Baba, when it is sinking, you are pouring the water, taking the water from the river and pouring it inside the boat. And now you are taking out. What is this? Then the devotee said, when the boatman said, this boat is sinking, I decided it is the will of Lord, so I should support the will of the Lord. So I am pouring the water inside the boat. And when boatman said, no, we are out of danger, it is not going to sink, then again I thought, the will of Lord is changed, so I am taking out the water and pouring outside. And they are taking the water and pouring outside. Will of the Lord changed. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Amanena Mananena Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Whether he embraces me or kicks me, no problem. He is my eternal Lord. You have to come to that understanding. When you come to that understanding, then Lord is with you. Because you are equipoise. Any situation, whatever happens, you are thinking that is the blessing of the Lord. Blessing of the Lord. What all the difficulties Prahlada Maharaja went through. Such a type of difficulties we will not be seen next moment. If somebody says, if you chant Hare Krishna, I will throw you from this building. Prabhu, 1 minute, Gayab. We are not seeing the picture. Finished. Bhakti ko chutti de diya. Prahlada Maharaj, these demons, they were, Prahlada Maharaj was so cute and so beautiful and so nice. They said, Arey Baba, listen to your father. Why you are so adamant? Our mind is not allowing us to kill you. Prahlada Maharaj said, Arey Baba, what are you thinking? You and my father decides to kill me. You think you can kill me? No. If Srihari, if he decides, I'll die. Otherwise, I'll not die. Otherwise, I'll not die. Prahlada Maharaj says in his teachings, parents cannot save the child, doctor cannot save the child, and boatman cannot save the passenger. If Lord wills, if Lord wants, everybody can be saved. Everybody can be saved. That is the reason after the operation, doctor, what he will say? All the relatives will say, doctor, what happened? No, we tried our level best. Rest is in the hands of Lord. In the hands of God. Because if he says everything is in my hands, by chance if he dies, they will catch him. By chance if he dies, they will catch him. Hey, you said everything is in your hands. So, any difficulty, Krishna is there to protect us. Even if he doesn't protect also, the devotee of the Lord, he feels very happy. No problem, he will welcome. So when we are especially living in a community of devotees, we have to be extremely careful how we are dealing with the co-devotees. It is very, very important. Because we are chanting and doing devotional service, just if we offend some devotees, then what happens? I don't know what you call Vaikuntha Pani, there is a game. You put the die and there is a ladder, go up and again there is a snake. Snake mouth, again come down. Sapsidi. We call in Telugu Vaikuntha Pani. Sapsidi. So same, kitna din kelega, how many days we'll play that game? Because we are chanting and again coming down, again going up and down, up and down, up and down. One devotee, I met him in Tirupati, he was while talking, he said, Prabhu, from so many years I am in LKG only. Why you are saying like that? He said, there is no progress. What to do? There is no progress. So here, Narasimha Devi is extremely angry because Hiranyakasipu, he troubled Prahlada Maharaja like anything and he became so angry. And even the demigods like Rudra and Brahma, they couldn't pacify him. They couldn't pacify him. Devotee of the Lord always is having a positive attitude. Whatever worst come worst situation also, they will be very positive. There is one great devotee by name Eknath Baba. He was, very great personality and very Shanta Swarupa. Always very humble. He never get angry. One person, he was very envious of him. And he called another person, he said, if you make him angry, I will give you 10,000 gold coins. This guy, oh, very good deal. Let me try. Ekanath Baba, he was just sitting bank of Ganga and he was chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This guy went there, and while he was sitting there and chanting, he spat on him. He didn't react. He just got up and went into the river and took bath and again came back and he started chanting. Again this guy, second time, third time, 108 times he spat on that great personality. He didn't react. He went again and again and again. He took bath and came back and he sat and chanted. After 108 times, he felt very bad and he fell at his feet and he said, please forgive me. Then what he replied, how can I repay your debt? What is this? I offended you and you are saying how I can repay your debt? Then he said, because you spat on me 108 times, you gave me an opportunity to take bath 108 times in pure Ganga. That is the reason how I can repay your debt. What a positive attitude. If we don't develop, because Srila Prabhupada said, ISKCON is a spiritual hospital. Normally, yesterday also we were chatting, we were having online some class. One Mataji, she asked a question. Sometimes devotees also they speak very harsh and very arrogant behavior. How do we understand? When you go to hospital, in the hospital patients you will find, isn't it? And you should not expect why patients are in the hospital. Patients shouldn't be there. All cured people. If the disease is cured, why he will stay in the hospital? He will get discharged. So when Prabhupada said this is spiritual hospital and we are all in different degrees and different diseases we have. And diseased person you can expect disease only, defects only. If we have that understanding, if somebody does something, wrongly behaves, you should understand, okay, my Lord, let me not have that eyes to see always finding faults. Give me some nice eyes so that I can see good in everybody. And again, that devotee behaved like this. Somehow give him nice understanding so that he behaves properly. Instead of cursing him, you can make a prayer on behalf of him. Then Lord also will be very happy. Isn't it? So, among the devotees, how you perceive things based on understanding. In devotional life, the main important aspect is how do we understand the situations and how do we understand the tattva. This is very, very important. How do we understand? Once, in one village, one sadhu came. He was doing Bhagavata Saptaha. One man every day he was going and attending the Bhagavata Saptaha. When he used to come back, in his house in the cage, there was a parrot. Every day, whatever he heard from the sadhu, he would tell the parrot. Then what happened? Last day of Saptaha, then he told the parrot, today is the last day. Guruji will go to some other town for satsang. Then this parrot asked, told this guy, can you ask on behalf of me one thing? to your Guruji. When I will be liberated, when I will get mukti from this condition. He said, no problem, I can ask. Then after the pravachan, anybody has any questions? Then he said, in my house there is one parrot. That parrot asked me to ask you when he will get liberated. Vimukti. As soon as he heard that, the sadhu fell unconscious, This guy got scared. I asked the question and sadhu, Guruji fell down like this. What happened? I don't know. Maybe everybody will blame me what I have done. I have done something to the sadhu, Guruji. So he ran away from there. And he came back to the house and this parrot asked what happened, my question. Did Guruji answer? Then he said, I don't know what happened. As soon as I asked this question, immediately he fell unconscious like this. I didn't understand anything. This he went into the house. Next day he got ready in the morning, took breakfast and he was coming out and he saw the cage. In the cage, the parrot was lying down unconscious like this. He was shocked. What happened to the parrot? He opened the cage door. Immediately the parrot flew off. This guy did not understand why he fell down like this. The parrot understood. The parrot, if he lies down like unconscious, then he will open the gate and he can fly away. The parrot could understand. This guy didn't understand. So ultimately, how we can get out from this cage, we should understand. For that, what all I have to follow, do's and do nots, what I should do, what I should not do. And somehow we are so fortunate, our previous acharyas are so merciful, they are scientists of spiritual science, they have made catalogs. Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu, Upadesha Amrita, there are so many Amritas they have given. If you study that, in that they have mentioned what you are supposed to do or what you are not supposed to do. Very simple. You don't have to do any research. It's already given. Just by following that, our cage doors will be opened. We can fly to Vaikuntha, Goloka Vrindavana. It will be opened just by following that. Lord will send Pushpa Viman for us. So, in Navavida Bhakti, if we see Prahlada Maharaja, first thing he followed, Shavanam. Shavanam. For Gramya Kada, we will be very alert. If any, family discussions, some politics, Prabhu, very active. When Krishna Katha starts, one thing, when Lord killed Kumbhakarna, Nidra Devi approached Ramachandra, it says. She said, my Lord, you are so merciless. I had only one disciple. You killed him also. I have no other followers. Then Lord Rama said, don't worry. Whenever my katha goes on, you attack people who is listening. If they conquer you, they will get me. If they don't conquer you, they will be your dasas eternally. They will be your dasas eternally. Don't worry. I'll give you more Kumbhakarnas as disciples. So, one more thing we have to understand from Prahlada Maharaja is, he was so compassionate. So compassionate. Narasimha, he said, please come to my abode. He said, by the causeless mercy of my Gurudev Narada Muni, somehow I got little attraction towards your lotus feet. There are so many people completely engrossed in material life. Let me go and preach your glories to them and send them to your abode, and in the end I will follow them. Why acharyas? They are always, they want to preach. Because they are very soft in their heart. Oh Mala. They can't tolerate in this material world the conditioned souls. They are suffering. Devotees of the Lord, they can't tolerate. How we can help them? Sripada Ramanujacharya and Yamunacharya, they would, whenever they see some suffering people, they would think, it seems, we should build steps to the Vaikuntha so that all these people can climb and go. They were very determined to build the steps to Vaikuntha. Lord Ranganatha thought, Ramanuja also, he was thinking like that, and Yamunacharya also, he was thinking like that. Ramanujacharya, Ranganatha thought, if they do that, what will I do if everybody climbs and goes to Vaikuntha? So I should call Yamunacharya to come back, so that people remain here and I will have some activity here. So he called Yamunacharya, Are Baba, whatever preaching activity, service you have done, it's enough. You please come back to Vaikuntha. There is service for you. Yamunacharya understood some plan is going on. So he just thought for a while and he said, I have to call Ramanuja from Kanchipuram to Srirangam and hand over all the responsibilities of preaching everything. Then I should go back. Lord called me. So, how many days it will take if somebody goes and brings Ramanuja? Okay, 8 days. My Lord, I'll come after 8 days. Then Lord said, okay. Yamunacharya sent somebody to call Ramanuja. Whoever went, I think Vararanga, somebody went. Then that person was little late, lazy, slow, like us. So then he took 9 days. He asked for only 8 days, so he left his body. When Ramanuja arrived, Yamunacharya, he was holding hand like this and he left his body. And everybody was thinking, why is holding 3 fingers like this? Nobody could understand. Even though Ramanuja he met physically when he was present, Yamunacharya was present, he never met Yamunacharya. That is the reason Yamunacharya was Manasa Guru for Ramanuja. Physically they never met each other. Even though they never met each other, he knows the Guru's mind. We should be very sharp, understanding the Acharya's mood, what they wanted from us, what I should do to please them. For us, millions of times, hundreds of times people will be, hey, do this. Okay, I'll do. How many times Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj told Srila Prabhupada, preach this message around the world? How many times? First and last. Only one time. He took it to his heart. And the whole night he was meditating. Why Prabhupada was so successful? Because his only life aim was to please his Guru, satisfy his Guru. All life he was meditating. For us, any task is given, we will try 1 or 2 times. If it is not, Prabhu, Agalla Prabhu, it will not happen. No. We'll give up. No, Prabhupada, Whole life, he was meditating. He would go to Advaitangan, Srila Prabhupada. He would sit behind the temple and very intensely he would chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tears will flow from his eyes, it seems. That Pujari, he would observe Prabhupada. Regularly he would come and sit and very intensely chant. After some time, Prabhupada came in saffron robes. And he was sitting very seriously, he was chanting. Then that Pujari, earlier you were coming in white dress and now you came in saffron. What happened? Then he said, who are you? Then he said, I am unworthy disciple of great personality, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. He ordered me to take this message around the world. From last 45 years I have been trying. So this time I got an opportunity. Now I am going to America to preach this Krishna consciousness. Please bless me. Then he left. After few years, some foreign devotees, shaved heads and shika and dhoti and kurta, hundreds of devotees, they were coming to Advaita. Then this Pujari asked, Are Baba, we are giving up dhoti, kurta, everything, and how come you people are no Westerners following this sampradaya? Who made you devotees? Then they were having back to Godhead magazines. They showed Prabhupada picture. He is our Guru. He is our Guru. That Pujari came to Chandrodaya Mandir and he met all the GPCs and he told, you don't know, you are thinking, maybe if I don't tell you the truth, before Prabhupada left to America, how intensely he prayed to the Lord. You may think that by chance it happened. No. Every time he would come there at Vaitangan and he would sit and cry to the Lord, please empower me, please give me an opportunity to fulfill my desire of my spiritual master. He was praying so intensely. Because of that intense prayer, today this organization spread around the world. So we have to pray. We should understand the mood of an acharya, mood of our guru and other devotees, what they wanted from us. When Ramanuja came, Yamunacharya, he was holding these 3 fingers. Then Ramanuja said, I'll write Shivashya, 1 finger opened. I'll preach Vishishtadvaita, another finger opened. In future I'll make Parashara Bhatta as an acharya for the Sri Sampradaya, another finger. Parashara Bhatta is the son of Kuresha, Kurattalvar. Even though he was not present, he knows the mind of a guru, because we can also know it is based on how much surrender we are. Because when we are surrendered, one who is sitting in our heart, Paramatma, he reveals the truth. Divya Jnana Hruday Prakashito. Every day we sing. Saying over, he didn't want to have darshan of Ranganatha. Varadaraja Swami Perumal is so merciful. And this Ranganatha seems to be very cruel. He did not allow me to meet my spiritual master. So why I should go and have his darshan? Without having darshan of Ranganatha, he just went up to Kanchipuram, Ramanuja. Now, Ranganatha is very much disturbed. He is in Viraha. Hey, Ramanuja never came to me. How is that? Then he wrote a letter. To whom? Varadaraja. He wrote a letter to Varadaraja saying that Oh, in Trilokas, everybody is glorifying you. You are the most merciful Lord. Anybody ask anything, you will give. I also want something from you. Please send Ramanuja to Srirangam. He has written a letter and he signed Ranganatha. Send that letter to Varadaraja Swami. After reading the letter, Varadaraja Swami replied. He said, any charitable person, you ask land, he will give, money he will give, gold he will give. If you ask prana, how he can give? Ramanuja is my prana, I cannot give. I cannot send him. See the pastimes between the deities also. Wonderful pastimes. Those days, the devotees were so pure, deities were talking. It does not mean they are not talking to us, they are not there, they are there. Only thing is, if they start talking to us, we don't know what to talk. That is the reason they are not talking. We talk some nonsense. We disturb them. That is the reason they are just quiet. They are there. So, he has replied, if you ask prana how I can give, I can't give. Then again, Ranganatha, I thought for a while, so nicely I wrote a letter, somehow it didn't work out. So another letter he made. He said, no letter this time. He told Yamunacharya's son, Vararanga, you go there and sing nice kirtans and do nice dance, and Varadaraja will be very much pleased. And he says, what do you want? Then you take an assurance. Whatever I ask, you should give. Otherwise, it's a bad name for you. Then he will say, hey, no, I will not give up my word. He will give assurance. That time you ask, send Ramanuja to Srirangam. Then this Varananga went and he did nice kirtan and dance, everything. Varadaraja was so pleased. I tell you, I have a personal experience with Varadaraja Swami. One Ekadasi day, we had some 20 devotees from Rajamandri, we went to Kanchipuram. In the vehicle when we were going, I was telling the devotees, Varadaraja Swami is very fond of kirtan. So if we get an opportunity to sing in front of the Lord, it will be very nice today, Ekadasi also. Then down there is Narasimha temple. I don't know how many of you went there. When we had Narasimha darshan, then there is a priest, Pujari. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Come, I'll take you to Varadaraja. So from Narasimha, he took us, and there was a big queue, Ekadasi. And he took a shortcut inside the altar, and he told us, you do kirtan. And the security came, such a big queue is there, and you made these people to stand there, and you are asking them to do kirtan. Then that pujari, from that dakshina plate, he took some 20 rupees or 50 rupees and threw on that fellow. Hey, what do you know about kirtan? Go and drink tea and thump. And he made Mataji's one side and Prabhu's one side, and queue he made continue, and he said, you do kirtan. Almost 1.5 hours we were doing kirtan. And I felt that Varadaraja Swami, he entered in his consciousness. After 10 minutes, there were some fruits. He took that fruits and gave it to us. And after that, 10-15 minutes, there were some dry fruits. He took it and he gave it to us. And after some time, he just climbed behind, there was a stool, climbed behind, and he took a Gajamala, the big mala of the Lord, and he gave it to me. Finally, after 1 hour, he was so pleased, nothing is there to give. From the chest of the lotus, chest of the Lord, he took that Chandan, Lakshmi, Chandan, he gave me that one. I kept it for so many days with me. You see how Varadaraja reciprocates. Then the Vararanga went and he did nice kirtan. He danced and he was so pleased. He said, what do you want? My Lord, anyway, if I ask something, If you don't give me, all these days you have good name and you will get bad name, so I will not ask. Then Lord, he was very much disturbed. Hey, what do you think? Anytime I gave up my word, and he looked at Sri Devi and Bhudevi. And I'm like witness. They were shocked. My Lord, don't give us to him. They said it seems. Sri Devi, Bhudevi. Hey, whatever you ask, I will give. Ask. Then he said, please send Ramanuja to Sri Ranga. Just by that word, Varadaraja Swami, from his eyes, tears fell like six. How I can send Ramanuja? Without Ramanuja, how I can be here? Tears came from the Lord. And anyway, he gave word. Then he called Ramanuja and he said, I gave word, so you have to go to Srirangam. Then Ramanuja started crying, my Lord, how I can go there? Without you, how I can be? Even today, Ramanuja's, the spiritual body is there in Srirangam. Next to him, you will find small Utsava Murti. They say that is a personally worshipped Varadaraja Swami Utsava Murti. Even though he was staying in Srirangam, he used to regularly worship Varadaraja Swami. He was so attached. Then he said, I gave a word. Then he was crying and slowly one step he was just moving. And finally, Ranganatha Swami came to know that Ramanuja is coming. Then what he told, hey, take the palanquin, take the all vahanas, take the umbrella, take the chamar, take the magicians. Everybody go and welcome Ramanuja. When they all went, only one priest was with Ranganatha. The Utsavamurti, Namperumal, he couldn't stay back. He said to this Pujari, hey, take me. Then Pujari said, there is no palanquin, there is no vahana, there is no boys who, carry you. How I can take you? Take me, take me in your hands. Then, by great difficulty alone, he lifted the Lord and he took him. And Ramanuja was climbing and Namperumal went opposite direction to invite him, welcome him. Then Ramanuja just paid his obeisances and he said, my Lord, I am coming, why you have come? Then Lord, what he said, all the way from Kanchipuram, you came for me, these few steps, it's okay, let's go. He just holding the Ramanuja's hand and he took him inside. So, when we have that devotion, then Lord is always there to reciprocate. Only thing is, sometimes what is good and what is bad for us, we don't know. Sometimes what is bad for us, we will be asking for the Lord. Lord will not give. Just because of that, we decide that, Lord is not there because He is not reciprocating. So, devotee of the Lord, we should always spread the glories, because Prahlada Maharaja, that's what in the end Lakshmi Devi is asking, please come. No, I'll come later. I'll preach you a message. See Srila Prabhupada, how much trouble he has taken. When I read sometime Lilamrita, really, it's so sad. Prabhupada has written in his diary, 1 year with great difficulty, I am getting 1 meal a day. Today, how many people through ISKCON, they are eating prasadam, Krishna prasadam. Not just meal, Krishna prasadam. How many? Thousands and lakhs of people around the world. That great personality, 1 year, with great difficulty, he got 1 meal. Still, he did not give up. He did not give up. Because his heart is filled with compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. His heart is filled with compassion. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Yare deke tare kahe Krishna upadesh. Whomever you meet, whatever you talk about Krishna. So he wanted, because nobody can save anybody. Only Krishna can save. What we have to do? bring the people towards Krishna. How it will happen? By preaching. What is the most dear activity for the Lord? Edam paramam yukyam mad bhakte svavidachati bhakti mayi parakritvam mami vaishasa sansaya. One who is preaching this supreme secret to others, they are very dear to me. They will come back to me. So, we have to just follow the footsteps of previous acharyas and mahajanas. And Prahlada Maharaja, he was invited by Lord Narasimha, please come, let's go to Vaikuntha. He said, no, my Lord, I'll come later. I'll come later. How he could say that? Because his heart is full of compassion. Compassion for the fallen conditions. People are suffering in this material world, suffering in this material. Nobody is happy. Nobody is happy. Unfortunately, we think, I am not happy, that fellow is happy. That fellow thinks, I am not happy, this fellow is happy. Ultimately, one should understand, nobody is happy in this material world because this is Dukkalaya. Dukkalaya. Like yesterday I was telling a story, that will be last week. There was a village called Sitapuram. In that village, Maya circus came. They have a big advertisement, billboards. Our circus is very special. Normally circus means so many audience will be there. We take at a time one person only for the show. And now there was a gate crash. They were fighting for tickets. Finally one hero, first ticket he got, and he just showed to everybody, and he lifted his collar and he went inside. The whole tent of the circus, it was empty, nobody was there. Then he said, hey, you people said great show, nobody is here. From a behind curtain, one Kailman came. You want show? Yeah, I came for that. He cut his neck, beat him black and he fell down. After falling, this Kailman said, enough show? He said, no. You want some more? No. Then he got up, and when he was walking out, he was thinking, I fought with so many people for the ticket, and inside he gave me. So what I would tell outside when I go, prestige. Then the press people were there. Well, you are the first man to see the show, how is it? Then he said, no words, only hands, actions. There is no words, only actions. Then other guy went, same thing, and he came out. Then he said, no, if I tell you, you have to experience on your own. Everybody went inside and came, beaten black and blue, nobody opened the mouth. So every house is Maya circus. When we come out, tip-top, we get ready and come out. And if somebody asks you, how is your life? Oh, super. What super nonsense? You are beaten inside. So devotees of the Lord, they know the reality of this world, and they are very compassionate, and they always wants to show the shelter where the soul can be solaced. The shelter is the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Nothing else, nothing else. So what we can learn from Prahlada Maharaja is compassion for conditioned souls. Hare Krishna. Any comments or questions?
10 సంవత్సరాలప్పుడు మీరు వ్యసనాలు మానండి, మానవాళ్ళని కాపాడండి అని మన ఉమ్మడి రాష్ట్రంలో మొత్తం ప్రసారం అద్భుతంగా చేశారు. ప్రతి ఒక్క మన ఇష్టాన్ని తరఫున మన వరల్డ్ మొత్తం ఆ విధంగా చేసి అందరి జీవితాలు ఉత్తరించాలని నాకు ఆశాకాంక్ష. బయట మరి కాపురాలు దారుణం కూడా వస్తుంది, మెడలు పడతారు. చాలా బాగా
10 years back we did whole Andhra state Say no to bad habits, save the youth, one program. Every town, some 16, 18 vehicles were there and signboards were displayed. So every town we would go and gather some 5,000, 10,000 students and give them some discourse and pamphlets. Whole state we went. So he's saying about that. That should happen around the world, he's saying. Any questions in the comments?
Any questions, comments? Any questions?
I must say, like all your classes, this was also one of the most amazing classes which I heard here. And on the auspicious day of Ekadashi, we are so thankful to you. And the examples which you put in, it was amazing that the Lord is so merciful. And because we are having so many other desires, and the purity is not there, so we don't get that reciprocation. But yes, with us also, Lord has reciprocated. That is why we are all here. So that was an amazing point, and you gave the example of going with the will of the Lord, which was very, very amazing thing to understand. That once we accept the will of the Lord, then things become very easy for us. That just go with the will of the Lord, because Lord is something who does everything good for us. We do not know. So that was a very nice example. And then that snake and ladder example, that we go up and then again Prahlada again brings us down. Again go up, again down. We are not going to reach the goal. So that was a very nice example. And like that, you put in so many examples, and there are no words for this, speechless. And like all your classes, this was also one of the most amazing class. And I must request everybody to please listen to the recording and share with more people, so that this nectar reaches to a lot more people. We have come to your temple in Rajmandri a couple of years back. Amazing temple, Prabhu, beautiful temple on the banks of river Godavari, and a lot of narrations we did about Guru Maharaj also when I was there in the temple for some time, about the Matrapati Prabhuji. So it was amazing, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, most auspicious day for this day. I always have a doubt. This nonetheless, many people have God. And many people have been doing also. But what makes Prahlada so extraordinary in so many people? The kind of compassion or the kind of tolerance, the kind of devotion which Prahlada Maharaja showed, I don't find it in all other devotees because Bhagavad to the extent I know. But what makes Prahlada so extraordinary?
Like, every devotee is unique in their perspective. The Prahlada Maharaj life history is so encourages any devotees by listening to that. That is the reason in Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with Gadadhar Pandit, he heard in his 18 years of Leela in Puri, 108 times he heard Prahlada Charitra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Normally, any elderly person does some devotional service, that is, okay. Being a small kid, 5 years old, and he has exhibited extraordinary surrender to the Supreme Lord. That is the greatness. Imagine somebody is throwing him into the fire, and somebody is throwing from the cliff of a mountain, and some snakes are biting him, and elephants are stamping him. In all situations, like these are the situations why it happened, because in our life also, every moment is a challenge, because we are all karma-baddhas. We have done a lot of karmas. Because of that, some problems will be coming. So, how you have to face those problems? In spite of such a great problems also, how you should surrender to the Lord. Whatever may be the case, my Lord is with me. My Lord is with me. So he has shown an example, being a small boy. And that is the greatness.
Faith.
Faith. That faith. That faith. Of course, if you see, in some aspects, even the problem comes, asking the help of the Lord also, they say it is condemned. Some great devotees. Once, Arjuna, he was very much, after they won the battle, he was a little bit frightened. So Krishna took him for a shikar, let us go. Then after traveling some distance, there was a small hut. Then Krishna told Arjuna, I am very thirsty, bring some water. Then Arjuna went there. One old woman, she was sharpening big swords. Arjuna saw that and he was shocked. Even though I fought in the battle of Kurukshetra, I never sharpened swords like this. She is a old woman, why she is sharpening the swords like this? Then he asked, what for you are doing sharpening this sword? Then she took one sword and she said, this is for that Draupadi. Because of our karma, some problem will come. Immediately you have to call Lord. What Lord is doing, maybe he is sleeping, he is taking rest, or he is in Ekanta Seva. No considerations. As soon as you get some problem, immediately you call the Lord and disturb him. If I see Draupadi, I want to cut her neck. This is for her. Then Arjuna became very humble. Then he asked her, that second sword, oh, what to speak of that? That is for that Yashoda. She did tapasya. Lord mercifully became son. And she doesn't know how to feed the son. She fed half stomach and he broke the pot. Because of that, she tied a rope, such a hard rope to his navel. Anytime if I see her, I'll cut her neck. Then what for the third sword? Then she said, you know that fellow Arjuna, very puffed up guy. Lord mercifully became chariot driver. This guy sits behind. And I came to know in the battlefield, if he has to go right side, he would kick the Lord with right leg, it seems, sir. If he has to go left side, he would kick the Lord with left leg, it seems, sir. Anytime if I face him, I will cut his throat. This is for him. Then he said, hey, old woman, can you give me a little water? And she gave the water. Inside he thought, for him no thirsty and nothing. It's a big drama. I have ahankara. To remove that ahankara, he has sent me here. He drank the water and she asked, who are you? If I tell you who am I, there will be a big problem. Bye bye, tata. He left. So actually, all these acharyas and great devotees, they descend to this material world to show us the path of devotion and surrender. So Prahlada Maharaja is a great example for his surrender. That too in a small age. That is the reason it is so attractive. So attractive. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Radha Dharmika Giridhari ki, Gaur Nithai ki, Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagavan ki, Nithai Gaur Premanandini.